Hello my friends, I'm Sarah. Welcome to Grace in My Space. Today we are gonna go on an adventure. A few weeks ago I took you to one of my favorite antique stores, and you guys, I think, really enjoyed just coming and shopping with me and getting some ideas for what I would do with the things that I find that are unique or kind of out of the box, or even just they look like junk. What can we do with some junk today? And that's always fun for me to showcase ideas on. And so today, instead of just an antique store, I actually want to take you on some flea marketing trips. And so I'm gonna walk through an antique store. I'm also gonna walk through a few flea markets and just show you kind of what to look for, what you can do with things that are kind of out of the box, how to negotiate, and then I'm gonna bring it all home and I'm gonna show you what I do with it. Tip number one, if you bring your children with you, give them something to look for. I guarantee their eyes will spot things that you won't because they're at a different height, and it's also just something to keep them entertained. Now, when you are looking at antique stores, look outside. Often, the things that are outside are great DIY projects or upcycling projects, and they're usually more affordable. One of the things that I've definitely noticed becoming a trend is wicker and woven items. I spotted this wicker mirror. I thought it was so cute and would go so well in a bathroom as an accent. And along the way, I also just spotted a ton of woven and rattan and different types of baskets, wicker, all the different beautiful pieces that are just really character filled and a little bit more unique than a lot of the newer baskets that you'll find in stores. I thought this one could be a great hamper or storage for blankets, anything else that you want to display. I also love this cute woven stool. I thought it was so unique. I'd never seen anything like it before. I've also spotted a ton of these fish baskets recently in a lot of different stores, as well as at outdoor flea markets. They would be really cute as just a piece of decor or even filled with flowers for the seasons. I thought this was really interesting at our last flea market that we went to. It's kind of like a beach chair, but it is woven. It's such a cute character piece. And of course, you will never run out of the opportunity to buy baskets at various thrift stores and flea markets. Now, one of the things that a lot of people do is they'll walk past this kind of chaotic looking section or pieces that are filled in trunks and stacked one on top of the other. Oh, pause, because look at that beauty. I know. Okay, moving on. Don't ever pass up these types of trunks where all the frames are stacked. Go through each and every one of them because there might be a treasure just waiting to be found. I'm also always looking for different metal pieces. I loved the varying patinas of copper that I saw in stores, and I also thought that this handmade garland could be really cute for Christmas decor. I love the scallops on this piece. Even if the embellishment on the front isn't your style, you can just turn it around. And of course, I'm always looking for pottery. Pottery is one of my weaknesses. I love old crocks. Wait until I show you a find that I got this summer. I thought these shoes were so cute. Wouldn't it be fun if they still made shoes with that kind of detail? This table was also beautiful, but what I really love is that vintage rug. It is a stunner, and I look at it every time I come. While you're looking at antique stores, always make sure and look through pieces like this that could be really cute Christmas decor or winter decor. I saw lots of different pieces I thought could work for the upcoming holiday seasons. Even simple things like this checkered blanket would be really cute, or snowshoes hanging on a wall for Christmas decor or winter decor. I also really fell in love with these frames and am totally kicking myself that I didn't get them. I'm probably going to go back and look and see if they're still there. I loved the carved wood and the shape. I thought they'd be so pretty hanging side by side on a wall. Another really fun piece that you can find are varying types of trunks. This was an old tool trunk, but you can find tons of trunks at antique markets and flea markets. you could put at the end of the bed, you can put it as a coffee table, you can put blankets in it or toy storage. These are great pieces with lots of character. I thought this dresser was really beautiful. It had tons of detail. It needed to be refinished, but I think it wouldn't be too hard to do. These would be great pieces for an actual dresser or even side tables, craft storage, any kind of storage that you need. Always look at some of the kitchen elements because not only would they serve as beautiful decor, but you can also use them for their actual purpose instead of buying brand new. I also really liked these scoops. Those would be so pretty in a flour bin or in a sugar bin, something along those lines. And of course, I've shown this area before. This is my favorite vendor at this antique store, full of so many beautiful primitives. There's so much to look at. Now, whether I'm at antique stores or at flea markets, I always go through the textiles, various quilts and linens. They always have so much character and they're so beautiful. Some are not my style, but others, like these blankets that I found at the flea market, were really pretty and could be perfect for fall decor coming up or even as a picnic blanket. Now, when I go to high-end antique stores, I usually end up finding more unique things like this 25-gallon crock. This sucker was huge. My daughter could have sat in it with no problem. They had a ton of them, and I just thought that they're so unique. I'm sure that they would be great for things like wood storage or blanket storage, anything that you just need large amounts for. I saw this very unique corner chair and I thought it was so beautiful. The patina on it's beautiful, but the shape is extra interesting. It could be beautiful tucked into a corner or on a front porch. And if you have any kind of themes in your home, always look for items that can kind of be themed. I thought that this sailboat would be perfect for a nautical theme or a coastal theme. It was beautiful the way it was built. And you can always come across nautical items at antique stores and flea markets. Things like ship lights, propellers, diving helmets, all kinds of really interesting nautical related items. Now, one of the challenges that people often find is sorting through the junk to find the treasures at flea markets. I am partial to flea markets because you usually can find better prices and more unique items than antique stores. But you do have to have patience to sort through the junk and sort through lots and lots of variety of things to come across those beautiful pieces that you just won't find anywhere else. And you'll also probably run into something that's gonna break your heart and make you wanna have another pet. All right, let's chat about some of the things that I brought home with me. I got a very simple crock. It was missing the lid, so I was able to negotiate down on the price. And that is one of the easiest ways to get a better deal if the price is too high to begin with. If the price is already fair, no reason to negotiate. But if you're like, yeah, like it's cracked, it's broken, it's missing a component, it's really worn out, anything that kind of speaks to the condition of the piece, it's fair to ask for a lower price if it's overpriced in the first place. You can usually knock off 10%, $5 or $10, depending on the amount that it costs in the first place. This behemoth here was actually a flea market find that I kind of ran across the lot, you know, like the running where you're like trying not to run, but you are running. And I saw this and I loved it, but it was overpriced, significantly overpriced. He had $150 on this, and immediately upon seeing my face, he said, how about 80? But I still wasn't up for 80, and so my mom actually went back and she asked if he would take a little bit more off, and she got it for me for my birthday. It's a beauty. I also scored this beautiful vintage oil painting when I was in Missouri, and I was visiting some other YouTubers and we had a great time together. And I love, it's so peaceful, just like a country setting. It looks like a lavender field, maybe it's a different flower. In my mind, it's lavender. And I love creating small moments, which I've talked about before, and I'll show you what I do with this piece. I also walked away with this really small lidded basket, super cute, and just kind of quaint. Like it feels kind of like English cottage charm to me. And the last one that I walked away with was this horse. I have been collecting these leather wrapped horses since I found my first one several months ago, just this year. They had actually 3 of these at the flea market that I was at, but one of them was really similar to one I already had. The other one was in really poor condition, and so I only walked away with one, but I'll show you all 3 that I have. So I have this one, which is kneeling. Isn't he cute? He's the beefier of the 3. He's the muscle. This is the first one that I ever found, and it's what made me fall in love with it. I loved the character of it. It was unique. I'd never seen anything quite like it. At first I thought it was carved wood, but it's actually wrapped leather. So cool. And then I also have this guy, which is a little darker. He's eating. And you know what? I'm not really a horse person. I don't ride horses. We don't have horses. There was just something about the piece that spoke to me, and if that happens, snag it. So these 2 I'm gonna keep in my china cabinet, and my newbie, I think he's gonna go on the mantle. I recently chatted about creating small moments, actually on the other side of this cabinet, but this is a great example of just not overlooking an opportunity to make a space feel unique or intentional, or just something that makes you smile, and you just kind of interspersing little reasons around your house to smile. When you do kind of decorate the side of a cabinet, or you focus on a really small vignette area, or you have a special place where you really like to change up your decor often with your new finds or with something that you just really enjoy for the seasons. And so I love the way this painting kind of just dresses up this cabinet in my kitchen, and I think it was the perfect spot for it. Now that's it. That's all that I have recently brought home from flea markets or from antique stores. So 4 or 5 pieces over the span of several weeks of hunting through flea markets and through antique stores is not a lot, but it's kind of the thrill of the hunt for me. I just enjoy looking and seeing what's available and coming across that one treasure that you just cherish. I hope that you enjoy just kind of walking through some flea markets, getting a little bit of an idea of what you can do with some of those more unique items, thinking outside the box of the department store mentality or the Amazon mentality, and there's nothing wrong with those things. I'm pretty sure I have Amazon delivered to my house once a day. But I just love being able to think creatively and give new life to old or unwanted things. And so make sure and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Stay tuned, I have an upcoming makeover that I think you're gonna enjoy.